You are listening to 103.6 Valhalla Sky Radio, bring you all the latest hits. This is the message from Sergeant Drake Alexander. This is Sergeant Drake Alexander, calling on all Valhallans to stand up and fight for freedom. Utgard will not impose fear on us. Do not... Valhallians, bow to your supreme Valkyrian overlord, King Utgard. If you do not fear Utgard, then maybe you will fear death.
By golly, what was that? Since when did Utgard possess the ability to interfere with the radio waves? If this is something new to his arsenal, our forces are in big trouble. Airborne Elite, we need to head out. Be careful out there, Valhallians. If you see something, say something.
Radio waves, such a primitive form of communication, in contrast to the depth of technology that is created on Alpha Prime. Yet, with such a simple way of communication, it is usually the one that is often overlooked. Radio communication that has been unnoticed is now used by the primitive humans from Earth. A hateful Alexander and his useless airborne elites were favoring so many battles that it was causing Utgard to unleash his fury on us, his own people. It has become quite unsafe to be in his presence. I do not envy his busboy. And with specific orders from Utgard, the Deathwalkers were given the task to graft their tech into a simple radio. The infamous Isamu was able to snatch the radio right from under the airborne elite's noses. That pesky ninja could get anything you need. The device was small, light, and vibrated when it made noise. Sometimes a small wind would come out of it. How could this little device be the bane of Utgard's fury? Utgard sent the radio to be studied by the Deathwalker Legion, resulting in the tiniest Soulborg joining their ranks. A challenging response for control of the radio waves in Valhalla. Utgard has no limits. I managed to snatch a blueprint of this new Deathwalker. It is to go by the name of Deathwalker 500. It is said to be a unique hero that will serve as a scout in the Deathwalker front lines. It will behave in a tricky manner to avoid being detected, and it will only stand at small 3. The designer, who goes by MidKnight, and the engineer named Ferrin are to give the Deathwalker 500 the following abilities: a signature life of 1, a movement of 5, range of 1, attack of 3, and a defense of 5. With only a production cost of 100, it's not that steep. Not bad for a little Borg, but what caught my attention was its special abilities. One ability it boasts is called Radio Wave Aura. It's a defensive radiation wave that emits when an opponent enters within 2 clear sight spaces of its location. The sound of that is outstanding. The Deathwalker 500 must roll a 16 or higher, of course, on a 20-sided die, to ensure it hits the enemy when it waves. If that was not devastating enough, the madman MidKnight, that is, gave his little death machine an ability called Soulborg Radio Summoning. This ability allows the Deathwalker 500 to transmit radio waves to nearby Soulborgs, showing them its location. A good ability if you want to send the Deathwalker on a scouting mission behind enemy lines. If the Deathwalker 500 achieves a successful roll of 12 to 19 on a 20-sided die, it can summon any Soulborg right next to it. But if it successfully rolls a 20, its radio waves can even awaken the fallen Deathwalkers back to action. Utgard has always been known to push the limits of even the simplest things. Utgard seems content with his Deathwalker 500. But my concern is the design behind this little Deathwalker does not have specific control of its radio waves, and can be used even by our enemies. Should this Deathwalker 500 fall into the wrong hands, like say, those pesky Omnicron snipers, or even that wretched Q-10 and its Blastatrons. My initial idea of going behind enemy lines with the Deathwalker 500 was too risky. Utgard tried this plan, resulting in many destroyed Deathwalkers. Its defense of 5 was overestimated and was easily brought down by even the weakest of the McDurk warriors. The McDurk warriors. Deathwalkers. I advise Utkar to use the Deathwalker 500 in a more defensive manner. We could utilize its summoning ability to move Deathwalkers out of unfavorable situations. Something that also caught my eye is the Deathwalker's 500 ability to control the map and create choke points for the enemy. Many units that rely on close combat think twice before entering the Deathwalker's radiation range. Interesting turn of events. I do wonder how this unit will be improved by our engineers.
Sergeant Drake Alexander here. It seems Utkar has learned the way of the radio wave. That is okay, because we will fight back and we will win. Valhallians, please pay attention to what your kids are listening on the radio. It might be Utkar himself. Stay safe. Welcome back, listeners, to 103.6 Valhalla Sky Radio. Don't change that dial just yet. We're gonna return to your music, but first, we have a special giveaway from Skateward. That's right, Skateward. And what is the giveaway, you may ask? The giveaway is simple. You can win this Deathwalker 500 along with its special printed army card. You heard it right. Deathwalker 500 and its special army card. Now, how do you win this Deathwalker 500? Well, first, you must like and subscribe to this channel. Second, you must answer the following question in the comment section. That question is, if you were to make your own radio station in Valhalla, what will be the name of it? Other than that, stay tuned a week from now for the winner to be announced. Have fun out there, Valhallians, and get your groove on. What is up, everybody? It is Escaper, and I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. Deathwalker 500 was brought to life during one of Tales of Valhalla's streams.
I'm kind of speaking in coded language just in case they're overheard by anybody who carries radio waves, which I know is like kind of satire, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if like the Soulborgs could pick up radio waves. Infatuation with Sergeant Drake Alexander knows no bounds, you know. Deathwalker 500, the radio. My goodness. Actually, okay, yeah, now someone needs to make a Deathwalker derivative of that. It's like one big radio and then it emits radio waves or something like radio wave, radiation aura. There you go. Someone write that down, what I just said, and make a card out of it. There you go. That wasn't
challenge accepted.
Two members of Ryan's Discord, MidKnight and Ferrin, bring to you today's custom spotlight video. I really like the unique design of Deathwalker 500. I like the way it synergizes with all the existing Deathwalkers as well as its compatibility with all the other Soulborgs in Heroscape. If you want to try the Deathwalker 500 for yourself, I have left in the description the link to the STL. One last big thank you to MidKnight, Ferrin, and Ryan from Tales of Valhalla. This video was really fun to create. I hope you all had a good time watching it. I'm almost to 100 subscribers. I'm only 19 away. If you can get your dog to subscribe, you can ask your goldfish, your grandma, your teacher, anybody, you know. Just have them watch a few videos. But hey, look at this guy on the channel. Look, this guy's kind of weird, isn't he? And maybe they'll subscribe. You know, yeah, shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But yeah, I hope to see you guys on the next one, and stay tuned for that giveaway. It's my first giveaway. Toodles.